Hello everyone, welcome to Max Brains. So in this video, we'll be seeing CTET Child Development and Pedagogy. The theories we have already started seeing in the series. I've already completed with two videos in this, and here we are going to see the third video, that is Vygotsky's theory of socio-cultural development. So already we saw two theories of development. The first one was Piaget theory of development, that is given by Jean Piaget, and then the theory given by Kohlberg. So it is Kohlberg's theory of moral development. Okay, so that is what we saw previously, and today we are going to see about Lev Vygotsky. Okay, so Vygotsky's theory of socio-cultural development. So Piaget, we saw it is cognitive. Kohlberg, he gave a theory about moral development, and for Vygotsky, we see that it is going to be socio-cultural. So this person is Lev Vygotsky, about whom we are going to discuss today. So Lev Vygotsky, he gave a theory of socio-cultural development. So he has an idea that he says that first it depends on the social level. Okay, that is the skills. The first skill of the child is going to learn, that is going to be based on the social level, and then it is going to based on that. So that will be based on the culture, and then only it is going to be based on the individual. Okay, so first it is going to be based on the social level, and then it is going to be based on the individual level. This is what is said by Lev Vygotsky. Um, so he says that learning is necessary and is a universal aspect, but it is specifically a psychological function, a human psychological function, and he contradicted Piaget's theory in a way that he says that development is first and then only comes learning. Okay, he said that development is first. Whereas Piaget, when we see, he also spoke about the learning, the what are the skills we acquire, also about the cognitive skills and all, when we think and all. But Vygotsky says that development comes before these kind of learning abilities. So in this we speak about the environment. We speak a lot about the environment. That is why it is socio-cultural. So here, when you see about Vygotsky, these two are going to be the key words wherein it will easily lead you to this Vygotsky's theory. So whenever you come across this word ZPD and scaffolding, should immediately remember that it is related to Vygotsky. So what is this? So we are able to see that it comes under these three categories. So one is what I can learn on my own. Okay, so this one we call it as zone of achieve development. Okay, ZAD is what they say here. What you can learn with help. Okay, that will be your ZPD, and then is something beyond my reach. So these three things we have to know. So what are the three things? ZAD, zone of achieve development, zone of proximal development, and something we cannot achieve. So beyond reach. So these three things are going to be very, very important. So what are these three things? How are these going to be achieved? So when we look into the zone of achieved development, zone of achieved development is going to be something which a person has already learnt. Okay, so what the person has already learned is going to be there in the zone of achieved development. And in order to achieve this zone of proximal development is something which the child can achieve when the child is given some kind of support. Okay, this support is what is called as the scaffolding. So scaffolding is when we have to give some kind of support to the child to in order to learn something, and this scaffolding is produced by a people called as knowledgeable others. Okay, so knowledgeable others, so these people come under the condition of ZPD. So that is what we are seeing here. Knowledgeable others is another keyword which you have to remember. So scaffolding is provided by the knowledgeable others. So and then this knowledgeable others can also accompany with the ICT tools or whatever will help them to learn to achieve the zone of proximal development. So these two are what they say that people can achieve. So beyond this is something which we cannot learn. Okay, something beyond reach. So these are the first three things which is dealing with the zone of proximal development. So this is going to be the first area of this. So when we see Vygotsky's theory of socio-cultural development, he speaks about three areas. The first area is going to be regarding the zone of proximal development. The second one is going to be the private speech, and then the third one is going to be make believe play. It's going to be make believe play. So these three things have to be remembered when you learn about Lev Vygotsky. So zone of proximal development, in this you should know first it is zone of achieved development, and then along with zone of achieved development, when you have the knowledgeable others and the ICT tools, you will reach the zone of proximal development. Along, so these two, the provision of these two is going to be called as scaffolding. Okay, so scaffolding, when it is provided along with zone of achieved development, it will give rise to zone of proximal development. So this is the first area. The second area is private speech. Private speech is when a child talks to himself. Okay, children talking to themselves. So talking to themselves. We can see this when the children are very small. We are able to see that the child feels a way of talking to his or her own self, and then it tries to understand its own surroundings. Okay, it tries to understand how it has to think and how it has to act. For example, if the child is going to think about some scenario, the child will think, will talk to herself, and then will and try to think, what am I talking? So when I talk something, is it correct? Okay, so when they are small, the children tend to speak louder, and as they grow they tend to reduce their volume. So first, as a child, they are louder, and then as they grow they speak within themselves. So then they start thinking in their mind itself. All this came as this stage only, first in the beginning of childhood. The next one is make believe play. Make believe play is nothing but what the children play during their preschool years. So preschool years, what will the children play? They will enact. They will enact as if they are going to be a teacher, or they are going to be a doctor or a policeman or something like that, because they are imitating what they are seeing. They are actually showing their attitudes which they are facing, and they are showing their attitudes which are needed to socially participate in this society. So this is done only with the help of their peers and adults. Peers and adults. So with the help of these peers, they act accordingly. They act with their friends, they act with their siblings, and then they do this make believe play, and then they imitate, and then they try to learn from how their society is also around them. So these are the three things which we need to remember when it comes to Vygotsky's theory of socio-cultural development. So I want to do a comparison between Piaget, and then between Kohlberg, and then with Vygotsky. Okay, so I want you all to try doing it. Let me see if you are able to do it, and then I will give this comparison again later in another video. So this is all regarding the Vygotsky's theory of socio-cultural development. Remember all these keywords so that you don't go wrong in this. It's very easy to remember these kind of theories when you know what it is all about. So that comparison is what I want you to try. So with this, we are completing with 3 or 4 questions for your CTET exam. So 3 or 4 questions for CTET exam will come from this chapter, that is Piaget, Vygotsky and Kohlberg, and we are done with it. We'll go to the next important concept in the upcoming videos. I'll also do a comparison video for these 3 theories in future. Hope you've understood it. If you have any doubt, please get back to me through the comments so that I'll see it, and then I can address your issues accordingly. Hope you've understood. See you again in another video. Thank you everyone.